Hey guys, today I thought I would show you how to do one of my favorite hairstyles that I've been doing lately with my short hair. So when I first cut off my hair, one of the things I was really sad about is that I couldn't really do any braids anymore, and I just kind of missed being able to do different actual styles with my hair. So I just was on Pinterest, I think, one night looking at hair, and I was like, I must be able to figure out how to do crown braids with my short hair. So I just did. I just spent like an hour figuring out how I was going to do it. And I've basically come up with this look that you see here. I wear this quite a bit. Maybe not that often, but I've posted it several times on my Instagram, so I'm sure that you guys have seen it on there if you follow me on Instagram. But I just feel like it's a really fun look. It's particularly summery and cute. It's kind of bohemian, and you guys all know that I love a messy, textured, cute look. So this is yet another one for the repertoire. If you want to learn how to get this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is spray a bunch of texturizing spray through your dry hair. You can have second day hair, third day hair, even if you're a person who doesn't really get that greasy at the root. I have just washed my hair, so this is why texturizing spray is particularly important for me today, because you really want a lot of texture through your hair so that when we go to mess up the braids, you can give them a lot of messiness and texture, and it really adds to the look. If your hair is really silky and fine, you're not going to get the same effect as what the finished product looks like. So spray a bunch of texturizing spray through your hair. I'm using this one by VO5. It's called Give Me Texture, and it's kind of like a sea salt spray. I guess if you have a sea salt spray, you could use that instead. I like these because they're dry. Sometimes, like a sea salt spray, it has a wet texture and it can make your hair kind of crunchy. So I like these ones when I'm working with already dry hair for this particular style anyway. So just spray a bunch of this through. Really work it into your hair. You want it at the root as well. And you can just kind of see what that does. Like, it's so grippy, you know? But you want that. Okay. So then once you've done that, just section your hair into two sections. It doesn't have to be perfect, and your part doesn't have to be perfect. It's probably better if it's not, to be honest, because this whole look is kind of like about undone, sort of bohemian glam sort of thing. And so I just take one side, the side that I'm not going to start with, and put it in a ponytail so that it's out of my way and keeps the sides separate. And then you're basically going to create 3 separate braids on each side of your head. So I do 3 different sections, and I always start with my very first section is the back. Because my hair is short, it's easier if you start with the back braid. So it's about a third of the section. You want the braids to be similar sizes, but they don't have to be exactly perfect. You won't really notice once you start bringing them across anyway. So start with the back section and just do a regular braid. What you want to make sure you're doing is braiding it forward though. So because we're going to end up crossing these over the top, you want to make sure that your braid is going in the right direction. So when you section off the hair, just pull it forward and braid it toward your face. And try to go as far down to the end as you can. It's okay if some little pieces like start popping out, because you can always pin them later and it'll just add to the texture of the look anyway, so it's kind of cool. So I'm using these clear elastics to secure my braids. You want to use the clear ones so that you can't really see them when you go to put the braids across the top of your head. If you use black ones or anything, you'll be able to see the rubber bands and it just doesn't look very good. So I've got like a piece hanging out, but that's okay because I'll pin it in later. So then I'm just going to take this next section of my hair and don't let this middle one get too thick. Make sure you leave plenty up the front for your front braid, and I always leave my fringe out anyway, so Just make sure you don't get this middle one too thick. And again, 3 sections, and just braid it forward so that they don't lay funny when you go to bring them over the top of your head. Okay, so you can see, just gonna grab another elastic, put that at the end. And make sure they're quite tight. You don't want them to fall out. And then you're going to take this front section, and I always leave my fringe out and some pieces like by my ear, just because I want like some softness at the front. I'm going to end up curling them with my curling iron. But same thing, braid, make sure you're braiding it forward. I really miss doing braids. I guess that's the one thing about having short hair, is it's not as easy to just do all different kinds of fun braids. So I basically really missed braiding my long hair when I first cut off my hair, and so I just came up with a way to still do crown braids with short hair, because I feel like it's a really cute style, especially for summer. It's coming up summer. Like, honestly, I can't even wait for summer. If you guys follow me on Instagram, everything I've been posting is like, summer, when is summer coming? I can't wait for summer and spring, and I want to wear shorts and everything summer. I am a summer girl. I do not like winter. So maybe this will inspire the summer to come faster. Okay, so now you've got your 3 braids, and you're gonna look a little bit ridiculous for a while we braid the other side. Make sure you've got your elastics really handy, because I just flicked one of mine across the room and now I have to get more out. But okay, so now for this side. It's literally the same exact thing. And I find that if you grab your front section, like the piece in front of your ear, and then grab a similar size section from the mid part of your head, and then whatever's left over, that's your back section. And sometimes it might feel a little thick, so just take the top layer out of it, and you can put that into your middle braid. And it's okay too if pieces fall out like behind, like around your neck. Again, it's messy. It's supposed to be that way. So bring it forward, and this side of my head I always struggle with more, because braiding it forward, because I'm right-handed or something, it's like I go backwards on this side if I'm not careful. So just make sure you are braiding in that forward direction, and try to go as far down as you can. If you wanted to do any of these braids as fishtails, you could, but fishtails take a lot longer to braid, and they are quite hard to do when they're small. So for this video, I'm just doing regular braids, but I have done it where I've added some fishtails in, and it does look really cool. It kind of adds a little bit more texture to the finished look, and yeah, it does look really pretty. Gotta love a good fishtail braid. I think I'm gonna start growing my hair out again. I'm really missing doing like fun styles with longer hair, and Like, short hair's fun, and it's been fun. I've had it short for almost a year, but I really miss doing cool braids and just different stuff with my hair. So I think we're gonna start growing it out again. See, oh, I got this one little random piece, but that's okay because we'll just pin it in to the rest of the braid. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my fringe out on this side again, and some pieces just around my face, and then last braid. Okay. Now that you look completely ridiculous like this, just gonna mess the braids up, kind of like scrunch them. You can go like that, so you just get them. Can you guys see how like messy that got? And do it to all of them. Spread them out a little, open them up, make them wider. And it's okay if the pieces fall out, like you want that to happen. You want to open the braids up because when they go across the top of your head, if they're thicker, it looks cooler. And unless you've got extremely thick hair, you need to pull these apart a little. And this is why you want the texturizing spray, so that you can rough up the cuticle of your hair and it will get nice and messy. And especially these ones, like pull the bottom out. Okay, now we're ready to start pinning them. So make sure you've got a lot of bobby pins on hand. You're gonna need a lot of bobby pins, and use ones that are same color to whatever your root color is. Like I have obviously balayage through my hair, so my roots are a lot darker than my ends. So I use a dark bronzy kind of pin. So make sure whatever ones you're using, they kind of match your root color. They'll hide the best. So we're just gonna start bringing the braids across, and I always start with the very front piece. You can, doesn't matter what side, you can choose what side you do it on. But I just take one of the front ones and lay it across. Like, make sure you get it where you want it as well, like the starting bit. And then on this end, you're just gonna pin that in place. Maybe. It doesn't have to be like really tight or anything. It'll hold. And then you're gonna do the same thing, front piece from the other side, and bring that across. If you get like a little bump, see how that's kind of going bumpy, you can pin it later, so don't worry. And I'm just bringing it behind that other one. Don't worry about the ends sticking out. You can hide those later with bobby pins. And then you just keep layering up the braids. So take your next middle section and try to cover up the tail of that first one that you see that. Just gonna cover it up. And I bring these, you just overlap them at the crown of your head. Can you see how they're overlapping? And pin that one in place. And then this tail, I'm going to try to cover that up now with that one. And see all these bits that are sticking out? It's okay. Don't freak out yet. Next one. Actually, I'm going to do this side first. Bring that up. And I'm tucking the end of this one. See the end there? I'm tucking it underneath that braid. Okay, last piece. Then just pin that in. And then basically you're just going to tuck all these little ends in and hide the elastics. See how I did that? Just pinned it in, tuck it in. So these bits are obviously not so cute. So just going to tuck them in. That's gonna go too. You don't want to look crazy. There's a difference between crazy and messy. In my book, anyway. And then, like, you've got these pieces going on as well, so we're gonna pin those. Okay, and then you're pinned up. And now I'm just going to kind of go like this. Again, messing up the texture a little. And the last step is to just curl these front pieces so they look pretty. So I've just heated up my curling iron, the one that I always use. This 1-inch barrel iron is what I use. And don't make them too tight. Just run the iron through loose, kind of little waves. And you always curl away from your base. And then once you have those curled, and you can keep adding bobby pins, like if you find pieces that are bugging you, just literally pin it back into place. And you can hide your rubber bands too, like that one is kind of showing. And you can just pull a piece of another braid over the top of it, basically. The cool thing about this look is it's really easy to pull apart, and like that's kind of sticking out a little bit, so I'm just going to take a pin and just pin it down so it's not so bumpy. And then you can take your and kind of put your fringe over that bit too. And then last step, as always, hairspray. Lots of hairspray. Spray it well good, because you want it to stay. And then I just kind of grab the back of my head as well and pull the hair a little so it's like not flat against my head back there. You don't really want to notice the part so much. Like you can kind of scratch it up and make it messy and stuff. But it's a really simple hair tutorial, hair look, and I feel like it's so cute, especially for summer. So there you go. That's how I get crown braids with short hair. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And you can comment below and let me know if there's any other videos you guys would like to see me do. I've just recently started doing videos and adding them to as another platform to my blog, and it's been pretty fun, but I would like to know what you guys are interested in seeing, so just comment below and let me know, and I will try to work on some more videos for you guys. Thanks for watching.